Have you ever wondered which U.S. states have what it takes to go independent and actually thrive? Imagine a world where some of the most powerful, resource-rich, and economically strong states decide to stand on their own. Could they make it? Would they be better off? Well, today we're diving deep into 9 U.S. states that could break away and not just survive, but thrive. And if you love travel, freedom, and the idea of making money online while exploring these places, then stick around, because this might just change the way you see the future of America. Let's get into it. Number 1, Texas. First up, we have Texas, a state so independent-minded that it was once its own republic before joining the United States in 1845. Known as the Lone Star State, Texas has an economy so massive that if it were a country, it would rank as the 9th largest in the world, ahead of countries like Canada and South Korea. Its diverse industries, ranging from oil and gas to technology and aerospace, make it a self-sustaining economic powerhouse. Cities like Austin, Dallas, and Houston are thriving hubs for innovation, with Austin being a hotspot for tech startups and Houston housing the headquarters of NASA and leading energy corporations. SpaceX, Tesla, and dozens of Fortune 500 companies have chosen Texas for their headquarters, further cementing its global influence. What makes Texas unique is its own power grid, separate from the rest of the U.S., giving it a level of energy independence that few states can claim. It also has a strong military presence, agriculture, and trade networks. Could Texas succeed and thrive? While breaking away from the U.S. government would be complex, Texas has the resources, infrastructure, and economic strength to make it happen. If any state could do it, Texas is at the top of the list. Number 2, California. Next up, we have California, a state so economically powerful that if it were its own country, it would rank as the 5th largest economy in the world, surpassing nations like the United Kingdom and India. With the GDP of over $4 trillion, California's influence stretches far beyond its borders, making it a global leader in technology, entertainment, agriculture, and trade. At the heart of its success is Silicon Valley, home to tech giants like Apple, Google, Meta, and Tesla, driving innovation that shapes the future of the world. Meanwhile, Hollywood continues to dominate the entertainment industry, producing films, television, and music that reach audiences across the globe. California's fertile Central Valley is responsible for a massive portion of the country's food production, making it an agricultural powerhouse. Adding to its economic strength, California boasts major deep water ports in Los Angeles, Long Beach, and San Francisco, solidifying its position as a key player in global trade. But could it truly survive on its own? With its massive tax revenue, diverse industries, and abundant natural resources, California has the potential to become an independent superpower. However, challenges like political divisions and reliance on federal disaster relief could make full independence difficult. Still, if any state could thrive on its own, California is undoubtedly a top contender. Number 3, Florida. Florida is more than just a vacation hotspot. It's an economic powerhouse with a thriving real estate market, booming tourism industry, and strategic location for international trade. If Florida were to go independent, it could rely on its massive economy, strong business sector, and rapidly growing population to sustain itself. One of Florida's biggest economic drivers is tourism. Home to Disney World, Universal Studios, and world-famous beaches, the state attracts over 100 million visitors every year, generating billions in revenue. Additionally, Miami serves as a global business and tech hub, connecting the U.S. with Latin America through trade, finance, and international commerce. Its luxury real estate market continues to boom, drawing wealthy investors and new residents from across the world. Florida also has a major stake in space exploration, with NASA's Kennedy Space Center playing a crucial role in launching missions beyond Earth. With the rise of private space companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, Florida's space economy is set to grow even further. Could Florida survive as an independent nation? One major challenge would be hurricane relief and disaster management without federal assistance. However, with a booming e-commerce industry, strong economy, and an influx of wealthy residents, Florida could very well thrive on its own. Number 4, Alaska. Alaska is unlike any other state in the U.S. It's not just the largest state by land area. It's also one of the most resource-rich regions in North America. With vast oil reserves, abundant fisheries, and untouched wilderness, Alaska has the potential to sustain itself economically. In fact, if it were an independent nation, it would have control over billions of dollars worth of natural resources, making it a powerful player in global energy markets. One of Alaska's biggest assets is its oil industry, which generates massive revenue through drilling in places like Prudhoe Bay. The fishing industry is another key driver of Alaska's economy, providing a huge portion of America's seafood supply. Additionally, the state's breathtaking landscapes and unique wildlife make it a hotspot for adventure tourism, drawing visitors from around the world. However, independence wouldn't come without challenges. Alaska's harsh climate, remote location, and reliance on federal infrastructure funding can make self-sufficiency difficult. Roads, airports, and essential services often depend on federal support. But with strategic investments in energy, tourism, and trade partnerships with nearby nations like Canada and Russia, Alaska could unlock its full potential and thrive as an independent powerhouse. Number 5, New York. New York isn't just one of the most influential states in the U.S., it's a global financial powerhouse, home to Wall Street, the New York Stock Exchange, and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. This state controls a massive portion of the world's economy. In fact, the GDP of New York City alone surpasses that of many countries, making it one of the richest urban centers on the planet. Beyond finance, New York dominates in media, fashion, international trade, and technology. With major corporations, film studios, and publishing giants headquartered in NYC, an independent New York could easily rival other global financial capitals like London, Hong Kong, or Singapore. Plus, with one of the busiest ports in the world and strong ties to international markets, New York would remain a key player in global commerce. However, breaking away from the U.S. wouldn't be without its challenges. The state relies heavily on federal funding for infrastructure, public transportation, and social programs. Without federal support, maintaining subway highways and essential services could be a major hurdle. Given its sheer economic power, global influence, and vast resources, an independent New York could thrive as one of the world's most dominant financial centers. Number 6, Hawaii. Hawaii is more than just a tropical paradise. It has a rich history of independence. Before being annexed by the U.S. in 1898, Hawaii was a sovereign kingdom with its own monarchy, government, and international trade. Even today, many native Hawaiians advocate for sovereignty, believing Hawaii could once again thrive as an independent nation. Economically, Hawaii is already self-sustaining in many ways. Tourism is its biggest industry, bringing in billions of dollars each year as people from all over the world visit its stunning beaches, volcanoes, and cultural landmarks. The state also has a strong military presence with major U.S. bases that provide economic stability and security. Additionally, Hawaii has thriving industries in agriculture, renewable energy, and high-tech research, positioning it well for long-term sustainability. The biggest challenge? Its reliance on imports. Since Hawaii is geographically isolated, it imports most of its food, fuel, and goods from the mainland U.S. and other countries. However, with modern technology, sustainable farming, and innovative energy solutions, Hawaii could become the Singapore of the Pacific, a thriving, self-sufficient island nation with strong global trade and a unique cultural identity. Number 7, Oregon. Oregon is a state known for its independent spirit, lush landscapes, and thriving industries. Home to global brands like Nike and a growing hub for technology, Oregon has positioned itself as a strong economic player on the West Coast. In fact, it is part of the broader Cascadia movement, which envisions Oregon, Washington, and even British Columbia forming an independent nation based on sustainability, innovation, and economic strength. The state's diverse economy is fueled by several key industries. The tech sector in cities like Portland and Hillsborough is booming, with companies specializing in semiconductors, software, and green technology. Oregon's agriculture and timber industries are among the most productive in the U.S., supplying everything from wine and craft beer to lumber and high-quality produce. The state also prides itself on its commitment to renewable energy, with a strong focus on wind and hydroelectric power. But could Oregon thrive independently? While it has the economic means, the question is whether it has the political will. The Cascadia movement remains a niche idea, and while Oregon has the resources to sustain itself, it would require major shifts in governance, trade, and infrastructure to truly break away. For now, it remains a dream, but a fascinating one at that. Number 8, South Carolina. South Carolina has a long history of independence, being the first state to secede from the Union during the Civil War. Even today, the state maintains a strong cultural identity with a mix of historic charm, modern industry, and a booming economy. Economically, South Carolina is a rising powerhouse in the automotive, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Companies like Boeing, BMW, and Volvo have major facilities in the state, creating thousands of jobs and attracting international investment. Additionally, Charleston's deepwater port is one of the busiest on the East Coast, making South Carolina a crucial player in global trade. Its coastline and tourism industry also generate billions of dollars annually, thanks to destinations like Myrtle Beach and Hilton Head. But could South Carolina truly go independent? While it has a strong economy, it also relies on federal funding for military bases, disaster relief, and infrastructure. The state is home to several major U.S. military installations, which contribute significantly to local economies. Losing that support could present a challenge. However, with the right economic and trade policies, South Carolina has the potential to be a self-sustaining Southern powerhouse, leveraging its strategic location, industries, and historic resilience to thrive independently. Number 9, New Hampshire. New Hampshire may be one of the smallest states in the U.S., but when it comes to independence, it stands among the strongest. With its famous motto, "Live free or die," this state has long been a symbol of liberty, self-reliance, and limited government. In fact, it has no state income tax or sales tax, making it a haven for businesses and entrepreneurs looking to escape high-tax states. New Hampshire's economy is small but stable, driven by technology, manufacturing, tourism, and a growing financial sector. The state has one of the highest median incomes in the U.S. and consistently ranks as one of the best places to live in terms of safety, education, and quality of life. Its location near Canada also presents opportunities for international trade should it ever choose to go fully independent. One of the most interesting aspects of New Hampshire is its libertarian culture. The Free State Project, a movement dedicated to making New Hampshire a hub for individual freedom, has gained traction in recent years, with many residents advocating for full secession from the U.S. But New Hampshire truly thrives as its own independent republic. With its strong economy, resourcefulness, and deeply ingrained sense of freedom, it certainly has the spirit to make it happen. If you're fascinated by the idea of U.S. states thriving as independent nations, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've put together an in-depth analysis of each state's economic power, resources, and potential for independence. Just click the link below to explore more. Your journey into the what-ifs of state sovereignty starts now. So, what do you think? Could any of these states actually go independent and thrive? Which one do you think has the best chance? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love travel and making money online, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on exciting content like this. See you in the next video.